Mustafa, you know I can still see you, right?
No, you can't. I'm invisible.
No, you're not. I can still see you.
Oh, man.
It was a very good try, though.
Thanks.
Being invisible. This reminds me of something. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I don't have mind reader machine, do I? But I think I know. The Prophet becomes invisible.
The night before the Prophet ﷺ and his best friend Abu Bakr ﷺ were supposed to migrate from Mecca to Medina, the pagans, including Abu Jahl, surrounded the Prophet ﷺ's house with 200 armed men. The pagans did not want the Prophet ﷺ to leave Mecca. They had had enough of him and they wanted him to be killed. They wanted to kill the Prophet ﷺ as soon as he stepped out of his house in the early morning. They waited until the early morning because in that time it was a sign of cowardice to kill someone in their sleep. The Prophet ﷺ had already been informed by Hazrat Jibreel alayhi salam about these evil plans taking place right outside his house. But the Prophet ﷺ wasn't scared or anxious in the least because he knew that Allah Almighty would protect him. Prophet ﷺ ordered Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu to take his place in his bed, and he also requested and advised Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu to give back the important things of the Quraysh that were being kept in Prophet ﷺ's house as amana back to their respective owner. The Prophet ﷺ then approached the door of his house while reciting some ayahs of the Suratul Yasin. The Prophet ﷺ saw hundreds of kuffar with their swords drawn, lying in wait for him. So the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ picked up a fistful of sand and threw it at the kuffar. And suddenly, by a miracle, the Prophet ﷺ became completely invisible.
Amazing!
Yes, not even a single kuffar felt or saw the Prophet ﷺ very calmly walking between them and out. Abu Jahl was filled with hatred for the Prophet ﷺ. He was also with the pagans surrounding the house. He kept looking at his sharp sword and kept saying, "Oh sword, I have kept you for this occasion." Soon, the roosters started crowing. Yes, exactly. Cock-a-doodle-doo. The roosters went, and as the sunrise was not very far away, a man passed by and inquired what were they up to. After hearing their evil plan, the man said to them, "Muhammad has passed through you long ago. I saw him on the other end of the city." "No!" shouted the pagans. Some of them even peeked through the window of the house, and they saw Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu in the bed of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But they thought it was the Prophet, so they shouted, there he is, he's sleeping in his bed." So they threw the door of the house open and they rushed inside. And when they pulled the sheet off of the sleeping person, they found something they never expected. It was Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu. Yes, it was Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, Abu Talib's son. He was sleeping in place of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The pagans were shocked, confused, stunned, and absolutely bewildered out of their minds.
At the same time!
Yes, at the same time. They searched the house up and down for Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but they didn't find him. Finally, they stormed off, filled with rage and disbelief.
See, that's the story for today. See you tomorrow.
Hey!